Welcome to Dateline Polk with news about your county government. I'm your host, Taylor Carson. Today, you'll learn about County Commissioners' actions from the May 7th meeting. The board devised an action plan to address public safety concerns in the Rancho Bonito subdivision in northwest Polk County. The plan includes the construction of fences on the property to prevent trespassing. The Sheriff's Office will also attempt to restrict access to only property owners and their guests. To accomplish these actions, the board approved the use of $50,000 this fiscal year and $50,000 next year to cover the expenses. The board also indicated it would like to consider requesting a local bill in the 2014 legislative session in order to establish a recurring funding source to address future public safety issues in the subdivision. The assessment would only apply to Rancho Bonito parcels. The board surplused and approved the private sale of county-owned property located in North Lakeland. It approved a purchase agreement of $120,000 with a local company called 102 Florida for the 10.5-acre property. Commissioners approved a consultant services agreement of approximately $138,000 with Madrid Engineering Group for engineering services related to Phase 3 of the Saddle Creek Lake Parker Regional Drainage System. Connor Updike, Drainage Manager for Polk County Parks and Natural Resources, has the project details.
This agreement will authorize Madrid Engineering to commence engineering services for the Lake Parker Outfall Project Phase 3, which should complete the improvements for the canal and hopefully eliminates the erosion and sediment that is currently threatening the canal and the residents in the Cumbie area.
Board members approved a consultant services agreement with URS Corporation South for the upgrade of 2 lift stations located in North Polk County. The cost is not to exceed approximately $170,000. Commissioners approved a request for funding from Our Children's Academy in Lake Wales. Funds in the amount of $20,000 will be used to help provide a summer camp for students in the area. Acting as the Polk Commerce Center Community Redevelopment Agency, the board approved the minutes from the meeting held on November 20th. In regular board action, commissioners approved the minutes from their board meeting held on April 16th. They also approved the consent agenda as well as disbursements from the county comptroller. It was a busy day for proclamations and presentations as several community organizations presented before the board. Stephen Elias, Vice President of Advisors LLC, recognized the Polk County Sheriff's Office for their service efforts with the 2012 Candy Canes for Kids fundraiser in Eagle Lake. Dr. Uylee Choe, Interim Director of the Polk County Health Department, presented on the state of the health of Polk County.
Well, today I discussed the state of health in Polk. The Robert Wood Johnson Foundation released the rankings this past month that ranked all of Florida's 67 counties. It showed what was working in Polk County and what we needed to work on. I do believe we have programs in place that are making strides in both those fronts. We have programs that are working, and we have programs to address issues we need to work on. What I encourage the community to do is to continue to support those programs, such as Building a Healthier Polk, the Teen Pregnancy Prevention Alliance, and the Tobacco-Free Partnership.
Mike Carter with Clifton Larson Allen presented the annual county financial audit for 2012.
Well, today we presented our findings on the audit of the September 30th, 2012 financial statements of the county. Not just the Board of County Commissioners, but the county as a whole. And we presented our auditor's report, which was an unqualified opinion, which means the financial statements are fairly stated in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles. To the citizens of Polk County, that means that you can look at the financial statements and you can rely on those numbers, and that they're good numbers and they give you a good indication of the financial health of the county. We also audit the grant programs and the internal controls of the county, and citizens can feel good that we had no significant findings in that part of the audit either. So overall, I thought the audit was very smooth, and the citizens of the county can, I think, can rest assured that both the board staff and the clerk staff do an excellent job.
Commissioners proclaimed May 2013 as Teen Pregnancy Prevention Awareness Month. Marquinia Butts Fisher with Teen Pregnancy Prevention Alliance accepted the proclamation.
Today we talked about the Teen Pregnancy Prevention Alliance Teen Summit. May is Teen Pregnancy Prevention Month. If you'd like to know more, please call the Healthy Start Coalition at area code 863-534-9224. If you'd like to know more about the Teen Summit or Healthy Start, call us 863-534-9224. Thank you, Polk County.
The board proclaimed May 6th through 10th as Senior Corps Week. Cindy Clouse with the RSVP Polk Advisory Council accepted the proclamation.
Well, we have people that are teachers, that are engineers, that are IT professionals, and they go into corporations and do things free of cost. We have saved actually millions of dollars over the years to the lives of Polk County residents because these organizations are getting these services for free from people that are highly educated. Some of them have been in their field for 20, 30, 40 years, and then once they retire, they want to give back. So they take all that skills that all those skills that they got paid for years to do and go and offer those free to nonprofit organizations here in Polk County.
May 11th was proclaimed the 21st Annual Letter Carriers Food Drive. Matty Rose with the National Association of Letter Carriers accepted the proclamation.
Second Saturday in May nationwide, letter carriers, while delivering their mail, pick up food left by residents at their mailbox, and that food ultimately winds up in food banks nationwide. But here in Polk County, all of the food collected by Polk County letter carriers will stay in Polk County. And today at the commission meeting, Commissioner Bell did recognize the National Association of Letter Carriers for their efforts.
Closing out the proclamations, commissioners proclaimed May 18th through 24th as Safe Boating Week. Lieutenant Gilbert Thomas with the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary accepted the proclamation.
And what we're trying to do is bring to get people to wear their life jackets. Now, if you look at the drownings that occurred in 2011, 70% of them were, of the fatalities in 2011, 70% of them were drownings, but 84% of them were because they were not wearing a life jacket. The thought of putting on a life jacket and going out on the boats doesn't go well with most people because they feel they're bulky, they're heavy, they're hot. But yet we have many new types of jackets out there today that are inflatable upon hitting the water or inflatable by hand use if they don't go off when they initiate when they hit the water. So we have many new types of jackets that are available to the public, and we need to get people to wear a life jacket. Because if you take 67 people who drowned in Florida and you take 70% of that, that's 47 people. You know, I can throw numbers around all afternoon, and we get to a place where we just don't realize what a number is. In this case, it's 47 families who lost an individual this year. And that's what we need to lower, is the number of drownings, because putting on a life jacket will save your life.
The board approved a request made by a resident to waive the application fee for a Level 3 review to allow a mobile home on the resident's property located in Westlake Wells. Commissioners made several appointments to community and lay boards. Tracy Garcia was reappointed as an alternate member of the Planning Commission for a 3-year term that expires in April 2016. Larry Powell, Julie Revelle, and Johnny Thomas were appointed to the LOE's Community Redevelopment Agency Advisory Committee for 3-year terms that expire in May 2016. Ed Chambers, Gary Clark, Lisa Hall, Eileen Holden, Albert Kirkland, Katrina Lunsford, Lopez Perez, Diana Simmons, and Lori Walsh were appointed to 3-year terms on the Workforce Development Board. During the public hearings, Commissioners adopted an ordinance to authorize an economic development ad valorem tax exemption in Polk County. The board also adopted a resolution for the guidelines to be used in considering exemption applications. Board members heard the first of two required readings for the consideration of an amendment to the section of the Land Development Code that concerns non-phosphate mining revisions. Commissioners approved a request to allow the addition of 102 single-family lots in the Sundance planned community located near Mulberry. The board also approved the reduction of side yard setbacks in phases E and F of the development from 7 feet to 5 feet. R.J. Walters, Communications Specialist for the Transportation Planning Organization, joins us now with an update on transportation projects in Polk County.
Thanks, Taylor. At the Polk Transportation Planning Organization, we strive to not only alleviate congestion and build new roads and trails to a better tomorrow, but we are intensely focused on contributing to safer mobility for all people. According to the TPO's Trends and Conditions Report, there were more than 4,000 vehicle accident-related injuries in 2011, and with a growing and developing population, it's always good to look at preventative measures being put in place. Governor Rick Scott has declared this week Train Safety Awareness Week, reminding the public about the dangers of disregarding highway rail crossing laws. The campaign urges people to play it safe around tracks and trains, and the state says it has amped up its number of safety blitzes around railroad tracks involving law enforcement agencies and volunteers. Annette Lepkowski, the state coordinator for our Florida Operation Lifesaver, said, "We encourage everyone to take warning devices seriously and remember to look, listen, and live." Train Safety Awareness Week comes in the midst of the month the Florida Department of Transportation recognizes as Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month. Motorcycles can easily be hidden in traffic, so it's critical for motorists to be alert of motorcycles to ensure everyone's safety. Here's a list of common sense tips and thought-provoking stats FDOT has released in conjunction with Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month. Don't buy more bike than you can handle. Hone your skills by taking a training class. Wear protective gear, including helmet. Riders without a helmet are 40% more likely to suffer a fatal head injury in a crash and 3 times more likely to suffer brain injuries than those with helmets, according to government studies. Drive defensively. In multi-vehicle crashes, car drivers are at fault roughly 60% of the time, so be extra alert. Brighten up. Wear bright colors to make you more visible. Avoid bad weather. Watch for road hazards. Before each ride, make sure your bike is working properly by checking vital signs such as lights, horn, tires, etc., and ride responsibly. Don't drink and ride. The same principles will go a long way no matter what you're driving or where you're traveling through construction in Polk County this month. Surprisingly, there are no lane closures scheduled on State Road 60 or US 98 in Bartow this week as crews widen the intersection, but the county is extending a road closure in Mulberry. It is at Dean Street to through traffic between Kidd School Road and Cook Road from May 9th to May 24th. The extension is due to recent rains and additional work needed to finish drainage pipe replacement. Traffic will be detoured around work zone along Kidd School Road and South Church Avenue. Motorists are advised to use caution, be alert to workers, and obey signs directing traffic. For a full list of road closures and traffic delays, check the Florida Department of Transportation website at www.dot.state.fl.us. If you're like most of us, you've had your fair share of memorable travel experiences in Polk County, both good and bad, and you just want someone to listen. Email might feel a bit detached, and you don't have time to call county staff during the workday because your 30-minute lunch break is essentially the time when you go to refill your oxygen tank. Lucky for you, the Polk TPO is ramping up its public involvement efforts, starting with a public forum on priority transportation projects on May 14th at 6 p.m. in the Student Services Center at Polk State College in Winter Haven. The Polk TPO is in the process of recruiting citizens for its new advisor network, a collective group of concerned citizens who will help point the compass in a unified direction regarding transportation planning. At the May 14th forum, the audience will take part in an interactive consensus building exercise that will help TPO staff gauge which transportation improvements are most important to the community. The question the group will be building consensus around is, from your view as a traveler in Polk County, what are the most important transportation projects needed to improve safety and mobility? Everyone is invited to attend, and there will be refreshments and several door prizes. If you have any questions, please call the TPO staff at 863-534-6486. And if you'd like to sign up for the Advisor Network or learn more about it, go online to polk-county.net/the Advisor Network, and that's advisor spelled ADVISER. As an advisor, you will be provided with a special edition Polk TPO USB drive that has pertinent maps, documents, and policies to help you make sense of the transportation planning process. And in the meantime, join the social that is moving people by liking the Polk TPO on Facebook or following us on Twitter at Polk TPO. With information and updates on the plan that moves Polk, I'm RJ Walters.
To keep current with programs and progress in the county, visit us online at polk-county.net or follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We also encourage you to join us at the next scheduled board meeting at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, May 21st. Thank you for watching this edition of Dateline Polk.